Welcome to another week of Living a Rich Life. I am your host, Rich James. Here on Living a Rich Life talk show, we inform, inspire, and encourage each other to live the principles of the Living a Rich Life network. Those principles are good health, strong relationships, financial freedom, goals and achievement, extraordinary experiences, and philanthropy. Now, we all have a story to tell, and today's guests are definitely inspiring, they're definitely motivating, and they are good examples of living a rich life. So with that being said, let's talk about it. Our first guest, she is recognized for her creative talents with makeup and graphic design. She is an amazing model and photographer. Please welcome the creator of the House of Artistry, Miss Kim McMillan. Welcome. Might want to take yourself off of mute.
My bad. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing today?
Well, thank you for joining, Kim. We see you're so excited you forgot to unmute yourself.
I am. I forgot all about it.
That's okay. That's okay. Well, let's get right into it. So first and foremost, tell folks where you're from.
Well, I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. Not really from the city. I'm more like a country girl. But I moved out into the city when I was about, I want to say like 15, 16. So I've been, city living since then.
Okay, city living, but country born, so to speak. That's what we'll say.
Absolutely.
So one of the things that I like, and my team did the research, was the whole House of Artistry. And you have a lot of different talents. And that's why we kind of said, hey, she is definitely a creative. And we want to talk about some of those different things. One of the main things we want to talk about, starting off with, is the graphic design. So tell us, how did you get into graphic designing?
Okay, so graphic designing kind of just came about once COVID happened. So once COVID happened, everything kind of stopped me from being able to do makeup, photography, anything that was like close contact to people, I couldn't really do. So I pretty much started trying to tap into my other creative sides, and I started with graphic designing. Now, I started with graphic designing because I do already know how to make flyers, quick little logo type things for my brand myself, using small apps such as Canva and some other things. But Canva is one of the best apps I really could say that a graphic designer should have, as far as flyers and things of that nature. So I started when COVID happened, and it kind of just helped me tap into a different side of my creativeness.
Okay. Well, I will definitely say we when it comes to graphic design, we're always looking for someone on our team. So that's good to know. That's good to know. And with that being said, so what qualities and skills should a good graphic designer have? Tell us what your thoughts on that.
Honestly, time management is maybe the most important, because anybody coming to you to get anything done really sometimes is going to be on a rush type thing. As far as logos and flyers, me personally, based off of my experiences working with clients and stuff, a lot of people are very picky, and they want their stuff right then and there. You know what I'm saying? So it's very good to have time management, especially when you're taking on more than one project at a time. Mm-hmm. You want to be able to get, the projects back to the client in a good amount of time, so they're not hounding you or upset that it's been a month and they haven't gotten their design back yet,
Well, one of the things I like to say is, your ability or failure to plan does not make it my priority. So I get the time management, because sometimes Absolutely. We do last minute things, and I am
Absolutely.
I have, but Monty is a magician, as I mentioned, my producer, and he turns things around relatively quickly. I haven't done anything or asked for anything crazy just yet. So
Yeah.
how do you incorporate that feedback into your designs? So someone has some questions or they don't like this, again, they're in a rush. How do you go about, what's your approach to kind of incorporate that feedback, good or bad?
Okay, so when clients are trying to like rush me, to be honest, I always explain to them that my creativeness like flows better when I'm not really under like time pressure, because like say you're trying to pressure somebody with time and like you pressure them to the point so bad that they kind of just like give you whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't give you their full potential, their full, attention to that project. They might have other things going on too, and you're rushing them to the point where, all right, I'm just going to hurry up and get this done. It's not really like thought put into it. You don't really take your time. And so, you are going to receive something that you might not, really like or want. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So how would you describe your creative process, right? You mentioned time management. Mm-hmm. What's your creative process look like? Let's say Rich James wants a logo. What's your creative process look like for that request?
So I'm really going to go into depth about like things that you like. What's your brand about? Pretty much like colors, any colors that you would want incorporated into it. If you have any ideas or anything already drawn up. So like I have had people come to me and they're like, oh, I have this idea, but every time I come to a, artist, they can't really get the whole vision that I'm going for. So they'll come to me and they'll bring me something that they've maybe drawn up by themselves, or they've had somebody draw up for them. And I'll just go based off of that. You know what I mean? So any ideas, anything that you could give me to help me make your vision better come out, is pretty much my start process. Now, when I'm actually doing logos, I'll pretty much sit in like, not a dark room, but I do have like this speaker that has like different types of sounds on it, like ocean sounds, forest sounds, and it does like lights and stuff, like different type of mood lightings. I use that, and I also listen to music. So if I listen to music, then I'm not listening to the little sound things, but sometimes the sounds help me to bring out more of my creativeness. So I'll use either one of those too. And then I kind of just, sit in a space where I can really have all my thoughts bouncing off each other and kind of just in this one space. I don't really like to be around too many people while I'm working, because it does I lose focus. And then, I can't really pinpoint my creativeness because it's so much going on around me. It's like so much going on. You know what I'm saying? I can't really
overstimulation, as I like to call it sometimes.
Exactly.
Overstimulation.
Yep.
Okay. So let's shift gears a little.
Okay.
So graphic design, because it all connects. Again, it's all a creative process. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about this thing called photography.
Yes.
So you're a photographer also.
Yes, I am.
Okay. What makes a good photographer?
Honestly, I feel like with photography, what makes a good photographer is not being comfortable with your work. Honestly, I feel like being able to learn and want to continue learning is the best way to be a photographer, because it's no right or wrong to photography, honestly. Mm-hmm. Like, it's hard to explain. Okay, so like, it's pretty much like, so many people have different eyes for certain things, okay. So different photographers will, see things differently, or as far as like editing and stuff of that nature, there's no limit with editing. Like, you could do so much with it. So that's one thing I mainly say is a good photographer is a learning photographer, because I've been in it maybe 2 to 3 years now, and I'm still learning to this day, so
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That makes sense. You want to learn your craft. That's that's at the end of the day, you want to learn and continue to get better, continue to educate yourself. So how do you educate yourself in taking photos? Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty nice now when it comes to taking selfies.
Yes. Okay. So I'm not gonna lie. I surround myself with a lot of artists that do the same thing as me because I like to learn from other photographers. I like to learn from other makeup artists. I don't think that I feel like with any industry, I feel like learning is a big part of the whole thing. Like you should never want to stop learning because once you stop learning, then that means that you're going to stop growing because how are you going to continue to grow without learning? You know what I mean? So I just surround myself with, photographers that I feel are like upcoming, that are really kind of like, popping and like getting booked a lot. I know a lot of photographers, so I learn a lot every day, like literally. You can never stop learning if you have, people around you that do the same thing as you and can teach, can learn you something, teach you something,
Agreed. I do. I had a photographer who's pretty well known a couple of weeks ago. Shouts out to Sharice May. She's She's taking pictures of Michelle Obama, a lot of politics, and she's pretty good. So one of the things, I'm also known as the network concierge. I definitely want to connect you with her. She is an excellent. So let's keep this thing going. What kind of gear do you use, right? Because sometimes, a cook is only as good as the utensils. A photographer potentially.
Absolutely.
Right?
That's a fact because that's just like really any industry, like art, makeup, like you're only as good as your tools, honestly. So I can actually show you guys what I use. So I use a Canon. I love Canons. They're like probably like the best cameras to me. I did just shoot over the weekend at the event on Sunday. I shot with a Nikon. I think it was like a D5 or a D3, something like that. But that camera is also a really amazing camera too. But I'm stuck with Canons. I love Canons. I'm a Canon family camera now.
I know that's right. Now, in terms of, because sometimes clients can be difficult when it comes to, their stuff. What is the most difficult part of being a photographer for you?
I want to say the most difficult part is people being patient for edits. That's probably the most difficult part. Or people not reading the policies or like what comes with the package that you're booking. You know what I'm saying? So like say somebody books a birthday package with me. My regular birthday package, it only includes 2 outfits. So like sometimes people will try to bring more than 2 outfits, like, and it's like, you didn't read, it says that it comes with 2 outfits. Like you can't do more than 3. So then, they'll be trying to have an attitude because they didn't know that, it was only 2 outfits, but it said it on my website, you know what I'm saying, before you book. So it's that people not reading and paying attention to what's on my website, or, people not waiting or being patient for edits when it takes a long time to edit, especially when you have photo shoot after photo shoot. It's like you're editing different shoots at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So people don't really take that into account. And I didn't really, so I started modeling first before I started photography. So because I'm a model, I also understand photographers. Like I get that they take time to edit photos because it takes time, It's a very tedious, especially when you're on like Photoshop and you're doing like hair adjustments, nails, things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these photographers really do a lot, and you wouldn't really know it unless they were to show you everything that step by step.
How long does an editing session take?
Well,
couple of weeks, couple of months.
I usually give my clients, I give them about a week to get the edits back.
Okay.
A week. And for like unedits, you automatically get the unedits the very next day. So if I can't send them to you right then and there, because I sometimes can send them to you from my camera.
Mhm.
You have an iPhone, I can send them to you. But if not, then you have to wait for, me to upload them and then I can send them off to you. But roughly unedits take either that day to 4 hours.
So for those that are joining, we are live, with Kim McMillan, the creator of the House of Artistry. We are talking photography, we are talking graphic design, and we're going to get into a few other things. We're going to talk. Let's talk some modeling now, since you mentioned that. Let's talk.
Yeah,
let's talk modeling. So how long have you been modeling?
Okay, so modeling is what helped me to find my path of what I wanted to do. So I started modeling, I want to say 2017, the end of 2017, beginning of 2018. I started modeling pretty much just because like I posted so many good selfies of myself, like so many photographers hitting me up, like you should model, oh my God, let's do a shoot, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't have the confidence then. So like I wasn't with it at all. I never linked up with any photographer. And then I kind of like had that moment where I kind of like lost myself. And so I was trying to find myself again. And so my best friend at the time, she had kind of like set this little like photo shoot up for me. It was like a cloth in our living room, and she kind of just took some pictures of me and I posted them, and then photographers really were hitting me up, like seriously. And so I shot with I think it was Brandon Waddy is the very first photographer I ever shot with. And we shot for this magazine, and I made it into a magazine for my first shoot. Like it was pretty awesome. And then I kind of just stuck with it ever since then. And then makeup, I started makeup from that because nobody could, do my face how I wanted it to be done for my shoots. And people were charging like crazy prices back then. So I was like, I'm gonna just teach myself, So I got a kit. I went to the store. I bought so much makeup, like crazy amounts of makeup. Went home, sat in front of my computer, and I literally watched YouTube for hours. And I just practiced my face every day. Like after work, every day I would practice.
So you went from, so the transition, more of your creative juices start flowing from modeling to photography, to also into makeup.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course the graphic design as a result of COVID, and couldn't really be that close. I mean, we're still in a pandemic, so to speak, but that's good. So you mentioned makeup. How did that come to be? You just, again, watching YouTube because, again, it was costing you so much? And so tell us about that. How did that happen? How did that connect?
Well, it was really just a lot money-wise. I didn't want to keep coming out of pocket every time I had a photo shoot, paying for somebody to do my makeup like $80 to $100 every time I have a photo shoot, So one of my really good friends took me to the mall. She showed me some stuff that I needed to get, foundation. I didn't know nothing. Like I nothing. Like seriously. She was like, yeah, you gotta get the foundation, you gotta get the concealer. I was like, okay, yeah, get me together, get everything for me, and I'll just buy it, and then we'll go home and practice. And then literally every day after that, I tell you, every day. I worked a 9 to 5. I would get off of work, go home, and I would sit in front of my mirror and do a makeup look, take pictures, edit the pictures, post the pictures. Mm-hmm. Like I just really started to like take makeup seriously. And then I had a really, really, really great friend in New York, and he's a photographer, and he pretty much was telling me like modeling, like I got that in the bag, like I'm really a dope model, like I'm pretty, all of that. But he was like, Kim, makeup, you could really make money with that. Like if you really stick with it and really, focus in and zero in and lock in on it, you could really take that somewhere.
Yeah, makeup a $1 billion business. That's what I hear.
Absolutely, it is. It absolutely is. And so I started taking it seriously. And then, models were hitting me up left and right, like, oh my God, do my face, do my face, do my face. And I just started like, okay, I guess I'll start doing this and charging,
No doubt. That's facts. So in your opinion, what's the most important quality in being a makeup artist?
Honestly, I feel like it's customer service, one, and your personality too. Because you could be a really good makeup artist and do makeup really well, but like with like the beauty industry nowadays, it's not really about just being able to service me properly or right or in a good way, like we are looking for that experience, so like I get clients that come back to me just based off of my personality or how I am, really communicating with them while I'm doing their face. Like there's not one client that I've done their makeup and we haven't talked at all. Like I've been in somebody's chair where they're doing my hair or servicing me somehow, and we have not said a word to each other. You know what I'm saying? And that makes me not come back because it's like, well, like I don't really want to go and get service and I'm just feeling awkward and uncomfortable the entire time.
But isn't it about, I guess it's really about, like you said, I guess knowing your clients, knowing what you're doing, but knowing your clients, because, in some cases, I'm at the barbershop, I usually fall asleep in the chair versus from, getting a massage, you might have a little more conversation. So it is really knowing your clients and how to receive them. And like you said, the customer service piece of it.
And the only way you'll get to know all of that is if you communicate with them. You can't know somebody by just servicing them. You got to actually talk to them and, get to know them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So again, we have Kim McMillan, the House of Artistry, and that's HAUS for those. I love the spelling. I love the whole concept behind it. She is definitely multi-talented. Can you share with the folks your social media and how they can get a hold of you if they want to reach out for you to do, whether it's photography, a model shoot, graphic design? Share your information.
So you guys can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is at The Beat Face by Kim, and it's THE The Beat Face by Kim. And on Twitter, I think my Twitter is Kim Shady. It's either Kim Shady or B Face by Kim, one of the two. But yeah, you can follow me on both of those. My link to my website is actually on my Instagram in the bio. So if you go on my Instagram page, you can book me that way as well. So yeah.
Okay. Now, what are some of the other, because again, my team, they did a little research, a little reading up on you. What are some of the other services that folks can look forward to seeing in the House of Artistry?
So I do like a little bit of home decor as well. Like I make stuff. So I make like rolling trays, ashtrays. I make like the little socket covers for your house. If you've ever, seen some of those, like they're like literally, you can make them look any way that you want. I can literally make them anyway. I also make like little dog tags and stuff. So yeah, I make a lot of stuff. I also sing. If anybody is like into the music industry, you could book me for like features or anything like that.
Eyelash. Look, I'm looking at your eyelashes. Your eyelashes are popping. Do you do eyelashes?
Okay, so I have done lashes. I do lashes, like the individuals, but I haven't done them in a while because of COVID. So yeah, it's just that real close contact.
Right. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So I want to. So with Halloween coming, I want to get into this makeup thing, right?
Yeah.
With Halloween coming,
what
are you that makeup artist to come see because someone wants their face to look a certain type of way? Tell us what's that about?
Okay, so you definitely could come to me for Halloween. Halloween is my favorite holiday, like absolute favorite. So I'm very excited about that. I'm definitely dressing up again this year. Maybe like I might do like 3 or 4 costumes to be honest, but I've done Mystique, I've done a devil, well like Hellgirl, I've done the Joker. I did Beetlejuice on myself one year. I'm actually gonna redo that this year. I've done zombies, I've done vampires. I can pretty much do anything. So whatever you know are trying to dress up for as Halloween, I'm your girl. Hit me up.
Okay. Now, one of the things that, again, my team identified that you also a licensed bartender.
Yes, I'm a bartender as well.
We got a lot of things happening in the house.
Yeah, we do. We definitely do.
What do you enjoy about bartending?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
What do you enjoy about bartending?
Oh my God. The best part about bartending is I meet so many new people and like different personalities. And like, I love being in the bar. Like, okay, well, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so like the fancy bars are cool. I'm not gonna lie. They're cool. They're definitely fun because you can definitely meet a lot of people that way too. But like, I've worked in bars in like the trap, you know, like the strip club bars. And like, I'm trying to tell you, that's the best fun I've had ever in my life.
What made it so much fun? Tell us, what made it better or more fun from the laid back?
Okay, so like, majority of the time they're playing like some like real turnt music, you know what I'm saying? And then not even that, majority of the customers that come in there are coming in there to like let like stuff off their chest or kind of to like, it's pretty much like a release for them. So like they come in there and they just talk to you about anything for real. Like, I don't know. I just feel like the people are like sweeter. Like they're definitely nicer in like the
dynamics, right? The interaction is a lot more dynamic.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
That's funny. That's funny. What I like to ask this question to what do you think is your superpower? Because you have a lot of different talents.
Well,
what's your superpower?
That's a hard one. Shoosh. Okay, so I guess my superpower would be I'm just like a huge supporter like of anybody. So like even if I just met you or I don't even know you and like I follow you on Instagram and I think your work is like phenomenal, I'll support you. Like I really will send people to you and all of that. Even if I haven't bought any of your services, you haven't serviced me ever, it doesn't even matter. I see your work and I like it, or I like your go for your brand. Like I will support you in any way that I can. You know what I'm saying? That's just my superpower.
That's a good power to have. That's a good power to have. Being supportive, because at the end of the day, excuse me, I think you know, when you have that and you have a feeling of doing that with an open heart, it comes back to you. It definitely comes back to you, and that's something that I can co-sign on. I can definitely co-sign. Mm-hmm. So tell us what's next for the Haus. It's House or is it Haus of Artistry? How do you pronounce it?
Right, you're right. It's the House of Artistry.
The House, Haus.
Yes.
Artistry. So what's next? What's next for your organization?
Well, what's really next is the House of Artistry is about to take on a new location soon.
Okay.
I'm hoping by the new year, because my birthday, and I'm trying to give that to myself for a birthday gift to, you know, move to a different city, expand, and all of that goodness. So that's that. But the House of Artistry, really like the next step is creating this mentorship like program that I want to start. Pretty much like helping all creatives, upcoming creatives, because I never had anyone to really mentor me. I did go through a lot of things I felt like I could have avoided had I had somebody to really show me the ropes and help me to get gigs and stuff like that. I wouldn't have, worked with or done a lot of work that wasn't really beneficial to me.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I want to create that mentorship for upcoming artists, creatives, in the industry, in any industry, because I do so much. So, and I have so many friends that do a lot too. So I really want to create this program to help any artists that I can help, you know what I'm saying, to get into their lanes and, flourish properly.
Absolutely. I think mentorship is key. It helps build things. So one of the major questions that I ask all my guests before they leave, I'm going to ask you. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
So tell me, what does living a rich life mean to you?
Living a rich life means to me pretty much being happy and in every way possible. I feel like being happy in every way possible and it not just being shown on social media. Being to actually be that in real life. You know what I'm saying? That's what that is to me.
Social media can be tricky.
Yeah, because a lot of people be trying to make it like they happy and they're living a rich life and really they're not.
Right. And that can be many things, as we said earlier. That can be many things. So, there's never enough time. I thank you for joining us.
I thank you for having me.
We definitely will be talking again. Again, I want to connect you, as I am the network concierge as well. I want to connect you with Sharice May.
Okay.
She is in DC. She is a phenomenal photographer and Black woman. And I think that you could definitely learn as you continue to build your skills from a photography standpoint. And then there might be an opportunity to model and be in front of her lens, right? That's in front of her lens. So,
I love that.
yes, indeed. So I will talk with you soon. Thank you again for joining. Continue to shine.
Thank you.
And I wish you and the art of artistry nothing but the best. Talk to you soon.
Thank you so much. Talk to you soon.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, folks. There you have it. Kim McMillan, the creator of the House of Artistry, graphic designer, photographer, makeup artist, model. You can't go wrong. A lot of things happen in the heart, in the house of artistry. So, but we're going to keep living a rich life. We're going to continue to inspire you to live a rich life with our next guest. I met this brother maybe a couple of weeks ago, and I said I need to get him on my show by any and all means possible. I had to move some things around to get him on the schedule, but we did. He is a general manager and operations manager for Hooligans Express Radio, DJ consultant, and just an all-around good brother. I don't know what else to say, but we're going to get into it, learn his craft, and kind of build on and make sure hopefully he'll inspire you to move forward. So with that being said, please welcome the resilient and talented Mr. Monts.
My God.
How are we doing, sir?
I am blessed and highly favored and blessed, however you want to look at it. How about you, sir?
I am better than amazing, as I like to say.
Right. I like that T-shirt. I need one ASAP.
No, what size do you need?
I'm a large now. I came from a 6X to a large. How about that?
Okay. Hence the word resilient. Brother is resilient. So first and foremost, Mr. Monts, Mons. Am I pronouncing that right? Because I'm known for tearing up names.
It's Mott's like applesauce, just like the applesauce. Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So I got it right. So tell us where you're from.
I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. Grew up in Northeast Baltimore, not too far from Morgan State University.
Okay, MSU.
So yeah.
MSU. MSU.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You know what's funny? I didn't go to college, but I used to hang down there to look at all the girls. So you know, you would think that I went to school.
Well, we know how that we know how that is.
Yes, sir. We sure do.
So I want to talk about a few things, but one of the main things I want to kind of introduce the world for those that don't know. Tell us about Hooligan Express Radio. So
my business partners and I, well, actually it was Squirrel Wide's idea. I don't know if people know who Squirrel Wide is. He used to be on 92Q. He was on there forever. But this is his baby. And he got with Little Black. And my role is general manager / operations manager. We're all wearing more than one hat, but we all decided in the middle of COVID that we were going to go ahead and launch this radio station.
Okay.
So not only is it an online app, but we have an actual space, an actual place. We opened it up in out Rosedale. It's a location out there. Young lady by the name of Kay Sal, she has like that whole shopping center area is her area right there. And so we went over there, we looked at the space, got the space. We were talking about this in 2020, probably like around September.
Mm-hmm.
And then we launched it July 30th. We had to build out the space from scratch. And right next to the radio station is my guy's Broad Lee's clothing store called Head Honcho.
Okay.
The brand clothing store. So we're not only the entertainment, but he has the clothing store. So it all fits, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a beautiful thing, man. You know, like I said, it was Squirrel Wide's baby, but we decided to come together and launch it and get it going. And that's what Hooligan Express is. We cater to the community. We cater to, we're sort of like we're trying to make it like the Atlanta, because artists in Atlanta, they take care of each other. Radio stations, they look out for their own. Mm-hmm. We're doing the same thing here. No disrespect to any other radio station like 92Q, anybody like that. But, you know, let's be real. They're not doing for the community what they should be. And that's what we're doing.
Right. So one of the things that I did notice in some of the research that was put in front of me was that, again, you really do feature Baltimore music,
yes,
Baltimore artists,
yes,
which I think is something that's been missing for a long time now.
For a very long time.
I'm a native New Yorker. I've been here a long time in Maryland. But again, I think that piece was missing, and I was really impressed to see that.
Right.
I like the little logo, little fox logo.
Yeah. It's a squirrel. The squirrel. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh, squirrel. I said a fox. My bad.
Yeah, I got you. So good.
So I said I like the concept and definitely look forward to working with you. We had an opportunity to work together this past in Art Taste 2020.
The art taste, yes.
Because one of the things that you also do is you represent. You consult, you work with DJs and
artists, all of that, yes.
Across the board. So
yes.
So tell me about again, how did that come to be able to work with some phenomenal DJs? You had a phenomenal DJ that came in for Art Taste 2021. So tell us a little bit about that. How that came to be to get that.
So I manage, I'm managing, and we're also business partner, DJ and Fame. He was the main headline for the Art Taste event, along with Tierra Lanice. That came about, he called me because we used to work together years ago. I had my own marketing and promotion company, and actually in Fame used to work for me. My marketing and promotion company was dealing with record labels forever, like since the 90s. All the major record labels, independent record labels. I've had my own street team, marketing promotion company forever. And he used to actually work for me, going out in the streets and doing what I needed done. He was lazy as fuck, though, excuse my language, back then.
Oh goodness.
But we always had a great relationship. That's my
funny.
brother,
You
man.
do know he's gonna see this, right?
Oh, of course, absolutely. He knows, but I ain't saying nothing he heard.
Right.
Nah, but I have much respect for him. That's my brother, and I love him dearly. He got into the DJ game, and it's funny. We were servicing actual vinyl records to DJs back then because this is the 90s. So he would take some records and stuff like that, and he would, he was doing his thing, DJing. My focus was making sure that the record labels were taken care of. We were breaking records for major artists like Ludacris, T.I., Fat Joe, things like that. I had the relationships with DJs. I had the relationships with personalities and the radio stations. I'm like, hey, I need these records played, and that's how really it all got started. In one aspect, but I was managing artists from Baltimore, like God rest his soul. I used to manage Smash. I used to manage Scar Akbar, 100 Grand Man, like different artists out of Baltimore. Me and my old business partner, Swin. Man, I've been in this game a long time, my guy. Long. I've done everything except for actually be a DJ, I think.
Well, I'm sure you're capable of doing that.
Right.
So what would you say is like your management style? I mean, you have a real calm, positive demeanor. That's one of the things that I gravitated to when we met. I mean, you're just your energy felt good. Your attitude, freaking amazing. What's your management style? Because again, I do have something. Some of my people are like, well, let's name drop, which you already put out some names because we did.
All right,
so we know who you work with. So what's your management style? Because again, you work with some folks that are very, very accomplished. You work with some folks that are still working to be accomplished. What's your management style?
I would say that my management style is just more so not to babysit, but to let you be free and do what you are as an artist or as a DJ or whatever the case may be. But all I ask for is we have conversations before you make any moves. Like we have to be on the same page, through and through. Like, we can't look like we don't know what we're doing. So before I make a move, I'm going to call my DJ. I'm going to call my artist and be like, hey, this is what's going on, and vice versa from them. So my management style is not to babysit, not to hold your hand, let you be free and be creative and do your thing. But if I don't agree with something or I see that something else can be done, we're going to talk about it and we're going to make that move. So my management style is just like, you do you, I'm going to do me, but we're doing this together.
Nice.
I make moves, but I come back with something confirmed. And then we'll talk about it and say, is this the best fit for you? Is this something that you want to do? And vice versa. So that's how I've been getting along a lot of years. It took me time to learn that. But, now that I've learned that, it works a lot easier for me. I guess that's why I'm cool, calm, and collective about things. Like you heard in Fame when he was playing that's him. Do you, man, be creative.
Yeah.
When it comes to the business, I got the business. You just be creative and do your thing. And that's how it works. And anybody I work with, that's how it works.
Okay. So for those folks that are just tuning in, please, we're gonna let Mr. Montz provide his IG information, social media information, but we are talking all things radio. We are talking all things management, and we're just having some real candid conversation. So please share your social media information and how folks can get a hold of you if they want to do business with you.
Yes, social media. My IG is Mr. Mottz. That's MRMOTTZ 2.0, the number 2, period 0. It used to be Mr. Mottz, but it got hacked, so I had to go hard. Like, okay, a newer version of me, Mr. Mottz 2.0. So that's what it is. You want to find me on Facebook? Simple, Antonio Mottz. MOTTZ. I don't spell Mottz with an S. There's 2 T's and a Z. Simple. You know what I mean? I'm even on Twitter now. On Twitter, I'm still Mr. Mottz, but I didn't change it yet. But yeah, you can find me on there. I know. I don't even use it honestly, but
well, you know, my earlier guest, she's on Twitter too. I might be the only person in the world that's not on.
I still got you know what? It's still on my phone, and I still see it, but I never use it. So really, just find me on IG and Facebook, and you can find me there. Mr. Motts 2.0 on IG and Antonio Motts on Facebook. Oh, and real quick, just to elaborate on some of the other people that I've worked with. I don't know if you're familiar with Jay Claxton.
Oh, well, absolutely.
I used to do a lot of his bookings and road management for him for years. You know, that's my brother too, and I love him dearly. Yeah. So
Jay Claxton and then
Jay Claxton, also DJ,
yes,
DJ Quicksilver. I was doing road management for him for a while, as well as bookings. Mm-hmm. You know, so yeah, I got that all through Sean Caesar. That's my brother, love him dearly, but you know, we'll get into that.
not at all. We don't need to get into that. So right. So tell me, or let me ask you this question. Mm-hmm. What would you recommend to someone that wants to get into the world of radio and operations management?
Do it. If that's where your heart is at, do it. Never ask for a handout. Do your research. Bring something to the table. Because a lot of people be like, I want to do this, I want to do that. I'm like, okay, what do you want to do? What are you doing differently that other people are not doing?
Right.
What do you have to bring to the table? Because one thing that I've learned in this game is like, it's the relationships that help. But also, what are you going to do that's different than what anybody else is doing? Like, don't just come in and have your hand out. Bring something to the table. Like, if you got a plate to add to the table, then you're good. But if you don't have a plate to add to the table, then like, I'm gonna just keep it real with you. It's like, man, like what you here for?
Right.
Don't come with your hand out. Come bringing something. You know what I mean? Be different. Don't be like everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
As I like to say, add value.
Yes, add value. Absolutely.
Some form of fashion.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And don't chase it. Don't chase it. Let it chase you. Because if your work ethic is big, people will see that. They'll come to you. You don't have to chase nobody at all.
Facts.
Let your work speak the volume. Trust me. They'll come to you. They'll see you.
I'm going to co-sign on that, Mr. Motts, because when I first started the show, I was constantly reaching out for folks to be on the show. Now, my inbox.
Now everybody wants to be exposed.
You know, exactly. Everybody wants to be exposed.
Exactly.
On living a rich life, you know, which is definitely a blessing. And I usually, you know, I came directly to you and I said, hey, I want to get you on the show because again, there's people that inspire and motivate me and encourage me to continue. Because some days I just be like, you know what? But it went from, you know, just a hobby and to now it's a little more lucrative.
Yes, absolutely.
And I enjoy it. So it keeps me going. And Monty will tell you, because again, he is the best producer. I mean, just all around good person, period. Because sometimes
loving the backdrop, by the way. I like the whole setup behind you, the whole decor.
Baltimore City, yes. That's where we represent. I am a native New Yorker, but we are live. And he's gonna say something later, but I keep saying we want to get back in the studio, just like you guys probably want to, right? But the COVID comes in. You know, this feels safer. This is safer. And so, what verb describes you?
Drive.
Okay. Yeah.
I've had it all my life. I've always been driven to maximize my potential, to do to become a part of something that's greater than me. When you surround yourself with greatness, you become great. And you're only as great as your team. And people that I've been around all my life have inspired me to be great. So I want to say drive is something that describes me. A verb, a noun, whatever you want to call it.
Driving. Well, that's action, baby. That's action. So, okay. Tell me, so what's next for Mr. Motts? What's next for you? I know you got a plan. I don't need details, right? But in your vision,
I'm still debating, but I actually want to. I want to invest some money and start up something that's going to help other people.
Okay.
I'm just not sure what that is yet. So as of right now, I'm just doing day to day, but it'll click. It'll come to me. I'm thinking about becoming an advocate or motivational speaker for diabetes, because I have diabetes.
Okay. Okay.
And we've talked about that, you and I.
Yeah. And because, I don't even know how many people know, but I also have diabetes.
Right.
So,
Yep. You told me.
Yeah. Yep. So hey, it sounds like a project that we could work on together.
Yeah, let's do it together. We can do that.
Yeah. So that's definitely something I look forward to, because again, one of the things I tell folks, I am the network concierge, and most folks that know me, we will tell you, when I get caught on something that I'm passionate about, I make it happen. So let's execute that.
So we'll talk off record about that. But yeah, I'm just thinking about. I think that'd be good. We need to teach our people, you know what I mean, like the do's and the don'ts, and what's real and what isn't real about this whole thing. And not just diabetes, but anything that affects us as Black people.
Right. But that's where we're going to start.
Yeah. We'll start with the diabetes and lead into other stuff. But yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Let's what skills, and this is a easy question.
Okay.
Just because I've seen you again, just maneuver around the room and talk to people. And I say that because again, Artes 2021. So for those again that are just tuning in, we got Mr. Motts. He was the orchestrator of getting the music. And I was like, yo, the sound guy. And he was like, sound guy should have been here. Yeah, right? So everything else was going smooth. We had things set up,
Right.
And this guy said, hey, so what skills do you need to do what you do? Operations manager, work with
good question.
Different DJs, high and up.
Artists, like, once again, it comes back to that drive. You got to be driven to want to make sure that things are happening. Like, all right, let's say we have an event from 6 to 10. You should have been there at 2 o'clock setting up. Bottom line, 3 o'clock. And no disrespect to our sound guy, I love him. You know what I mean? But it wasn't a big setup, so I understood it. Plus, other stuff was going on. But everything turned out smooth. But I'm just a stickler for time management. Time management plays a big part in things that you're doing. Like some artists, they get so big where they feel like you have a show to do and your book, somebody's paying you, let's say $10,000 to do a show, right? You're supposed to be on stage at 9 o'clock. Well, and you come, but that whole thing is over at 10 o'clock. You come at 9:45. Why are you there at 9:45? You want to give the people 10 minutes of the show for $10,000? That's not cool. So why not be an artist? Why not do the opposite? Why not get there early? Why not shake hands, kiss babies, take pictures with folks, go do the show, be on time. I'm always a stickler for time, man. Time, everybody's time is valuable.
Agreed.
Period.
I agree.
Get your ass there, get on time, and do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Even if you're sitting outside chilling because you're a diva, that's cool. But be there, be on time.
Right.
Do your thing.
That's unfortunate, but I think some of the major ones that they come of age and they stick to those habits or of being on time, staying hungry, as I like to say.
Let me tell you somebody that I've met. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead. Absolutely.
T.I. stand-up guy since day one. I've been breaking that guy's record since Rubber Band Man. That was his first major single.
Mhm.
Every time I was around that dude, always a stand-up guy. Talk to you with respect, keep it real with you, always humble,
Yeah.
and on time.
Facts.
On time.
Facts. Yeah, I never understood that coming late, you know. It wouldn't, I mean, honestly, it wouldn't be me. Because if hey, you're gonna sign a contract with me, I'm gonna put in the time to kind of impact it. Because I mean, again, I've been around folks that, you know, artists and in the shows, and most of the time those individuals are they're on time, they're there, they're present. And then there were a couple that, again, I don't understand. The show's over at 10 o'clock.
Exactly.
You get
And here's the thing.
9:50.
Exactly. Here's the thing. People that come out to party and have a good time, they necessarily don't understand what it takes to put into for you to have that party and have that good time.
Yeah.
That's a job within itself. Because
Yeah.
the entertainment crew has to work for you to have a good time.
Yeah.
And if I'm a part of the entertainment crew, I need to be there early enough to make sure that you're having a good time and the show must go on. It must look beautiful. It has to look great. It has to be the music, the sound, the lighting, the food, everything that goes into that. That's an actual job within itself. But if you love and you're passionate about what you do, you'll take the time to do it right. That's why I say time is important.
Facts. That is a fact.
Right.
So real quick, what do you feel is your biggest accomplishment to date? Professionally, personally, what do you think is your biggest accomplishment to date?
That's a good question.
And let me be clear for those that are watching and listening. So again, we did some research on this man, and he's worked, and again, it's behind the scenes that people don't never really know what's happening. So we know who you work with.
Right.
We know, again, even the local folks, Quicksilver, Jay Jackson, those guys, again, are doing phenomenal things, and we're keeping it local here. So tell us, what is your biggest accomplishment? Again, you know, professionally or even personally, to date, would you say?
Personally, to date, so I'm gonna put my age out there. My birthday's in November. I turned 50 years old last November. I'll be 51 this year.
Okay.
So my biggest accomplishment is that I've worked all my life, right? As these past few years, me getting closer to 50, my biggest accomplishment personally was to starting to travel and starting to do more, enjoying life. Okay. So I had never been to Hawaii. So for my 50th birthday, my theme was Hawaii 5-0. So I went to Hawaii for like 12 days.
And for those, he not talking about that new one.
I'm talking about the old one. The original, but I used to watch the new one too. I like the new one too. It was pretty good.
Facts. That was pretty good too.
But yeah, like, so personally, like Drake said it, like we all say, YOLO, you only live once. Enjoy your life, man. Enjoy your life, because you never know when you're not going to be here no more. My new 2.0 version of me, of everything that I've been going through health-wise, I'm a lot better now, healthier, stronger, physically, mentally, emotionally, even spiritually right now. So it's like, personally for me, this is a big journey. Like, you know, I plan on traveling, doing what just doing things for myself, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's personally, you know what I mean? So professionally, doing what I love to do, and that's being in this entertainment business. The fact that I can, pay my bills and help other people and network with people, and we can build and collaborate and still do more. Professionally, for me, that's a beautiful thing, man. You know what I mean?
I like to say win-win.
Win-win.
Yeah. Sunday was a win-win.
Oh, it was absolute. I told Dawid, the next day, I called him. I was like, man, that was a beautiful event that you had. Like, what he did, and it was eclectic. You got a lot of different people from different realms of life out.
Yes.
things like that. Like it was a win-win, man. It was like, I like stuff like that. I'm like, wow, this is incredible. Like, and I want to be a part of that. Like, and the conversations that we all have offline is beautiful, man. I'm telling you, it's beautiful.
Facts.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Motts, one of the main questions, this is Living a Rich Life with Rich James. So tell us, what does living a rich life mean to you?
I just need a t-shirt, bro. That's it. I'm living a rich life if I get a t-shirt from you, bro. Let me represent.
I know, that's right. I got you. I got you. Not
no, I'm gonna tell you, realistically, living a rich life, man. Family and friends.
Okay.
Surround yourself with the people that you love and that inspire you to be better. And they go hard for you just like you go hard for them. It ain't even about money. That's living a rich life to me, bro.
No doubt.
Because you can't put that money in a casket when you're gone.
This is true. And I often tell folks, because again, my principles are good health,
yes,
strong relationships,
yes,
financial freedom,
yes,
goals and achievement,
yes,
extraordinary experiences, and philanthropy. And we touched on all those points today.
Yes.
From a creative standpoint, from creative by, earlier, my guest earlier, Kim McMillan, thank you for joining and watching. She's a creative, the house.
Shout out to her.
And having conversations with you, again, creative, music, managing, all that stuff.
Yes.
It's not easy. You got to manage people. You got to manage process. You got to manage technology, right? So all that stuff is a part of it.
And I gotta give a big shout out. We're the same age, but I look at him as a big brother, sort of like a mentor. I gotta give a big shout out to my man Sean Caesar. Like, he taught me a lot. Like, I used to be rough around the edges coming up.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I was always a soldier, but I've learned a lot from him to become more than a soldier, but to be a businessman. Just be a good person all the way through and through. So, I don't know if he's listening or, Sean Caesar, you my brother, I love you. Scotty B, they the founders of Unruly. You know what I'm saying? I know we were going to get to that too, but, I got it tattooed on my arm, man. Unruly.
Yes. Which is a good segment. Let's do it. Unruly. Where did that come from? Unruly Records.
That's Sean Caesar, Scotty B. They've been around for a long time, man. Baltimore club music. They're the pioneers. And I was there with them, I want to say since the beginning, man. Okay. I came home, I was in the Navy, 88 to 92. I known them back in the late 80s because we always was hanging out at like different clubs and partying, Bless you. Bless you, bro.
Thank you.
No problem. We was always partying, hanging out at different events and stuff like that. And I known them before they had their kids, and their kids are grown now. So that's how far back we go.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But when I came home from the service in 92, of course I had to do the regular job thing and stuff like that. But, they had their own thing going on, marketing and promotion, and had the record pool where they were servicing DJs with records and things like that. And I was like, look, let me help you, you help me. Because at this time, a lot of people that don't know me for real, I was an artist. I was actually rapping. I had crew and everything. You know what I mean?
Oh, you better be careful, because Be Exposed Radio, we might say, hey, spit a few bars for us.
Man, at this age, only thing I'm gonna just be like, I'm gonna give you one line one time. That's it. That's the base of my rhyme. Oh, I'm done. You heard me.
There you have it. Uh-oh. He hit it with the OG joint. Oh, goodness. I love it.
So, yeah. So working with them has been an extreme positive impact on my life, man. Like, they are family, when I was down, they was there for me. Like, I was in the hospital. I had to, because of my health and stuff. A couple of months back, they came to see me, sat and talked to me. We had jokes and stuff. So that's what I mean by family and friends, man. Like, they've been friends, but I consider them family because they look out for me on the real, and I look out for them. We got each other's back. Like within Fame, everybody that's in my circle, if I talk to you on a regular basis, you family to me. We're not just friends, we family.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that unruly thing, man, we, just the pioneers of music had me in there, I was doing club songs. I got club songs too, you know what I mean? I was rapping with my homeboys, and, basically how I linked up with them more so was that they were trying to this is when we had tapes out. Not CDs, but tapes. You know what I mean? So we were shrink wrapping club music tapes. Upstairs on the second floor.
You had a pencil to, the tapes.
We had a shrink wrap machine, and we would just shrink wrap the tapes. So, I told Sean, I said, man, listen, I'm in here, I'm working with you. I just need a place, because they had a studio. I said, I just need a place to record with my artists. Bet. So we linked like that, working together as a team. And that relationship has been, you talking since 92, but we already knew each other before that, but that's how we officially got together, 92. And it's 2021, about to be 2022. How many years is that?
Shit. You said
92. It's about to be 2022.
Oh, shit. Is that 30 years?
Bingo.
Damn.
Bingo.
No, yeah.
That's the relationship, man. And that's all love, man. They family, man. Love them to death. Jay Claxton, Quicksilver, Sean C's, Scotty B. That's family right there, man. And everybody that was involved. Boo Man, Cool Breeze. There was a lot of people involved in this transition. If I haven't shouted y'all out, don't it's y'all here in the heart. Blame my mind, because I might be losing my mind. I don't know. But y'all know y'all love, man, and it's like, it was really a lot of people like, what's the formula? The formula is just work. You work hard. Yeah. You keep working hard, people will notice you, they'll see you, man. So that's how that is. And for me to go get a tattoo on my arm, that's real. Yeah, I ain't gonna get nothing tattooed on my arm if it ain't real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because that's not, well, in this day and age, you can take it off, but
exactly.
That's solid. That's solid. So,
exactly.
All right. Well, I want to thank you for joining me. This is, never enough time in the day.
Yeah, man.
We got some action items that we definitely gonna talk about offline.
Yep.
So just stick around as I close this out right quick.
Okay.
All right. So, we talked today here on Living a Rich Life. We talked the creative. We talk makeup. We talk graphic design. We talk DJing. We talk music, all things entertainment. At the end of the day, you just want to make sure you keep moving forward. You want to keep moving forward. Make sure you make an attempt for progress, not perfection. Again, make an attempt for progress, not perfection.
I like that.
This is your guy, Rich James, saying thank you for watching. Again, to Kim McMillan, thank you for being on our show. To Antonio Motz, thank you for being on the show. Thank you for sharing your stories. Everyone, we're back next week again. Until then, I want you to continue to be inspired to live a rich life. Catch me on IG, Living a Rich Life _ Until then, take care. This is BeExposedRadio.com.
BeExposedRadio.com. Bam.
Till next week, we out.
Right.
My God. I'm gonna talk to you, so I'm gonna give you a call. My birthday's coming up next week.
Next week?
The 14th.
Okay. September 14th?
Yep.
Oh shit. Okay.
So let's